Shalom, shalom. Highly welcome, my brothers and sisters out there. I'm glad that you just came to watch this message. Today I'm going to be able to show my brothers and sisters out there in the scripture about the commandment of Yahuwshuwa and how it differentiates between, that is, how it stands on its own without comparison with the law of Moses. So we are talking about two different laws that was being given. Yahuwshuwa gave his own law. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. And this is why I'm going to be dissecting it. Yahuwshuwa has his own law. You understand me? The law, so this is why I title it, I named it the Law of Yahuwshuwa. So the people who follow this law of Yahuwshuwa, they are going to be the one that are going to come into his kingdom. Are you getting what is happening? So this is why I want you to be able to pay very close attention to this topic today. People who want to keep Moses' law, they are under the stone. They are under the law of Moses. So something is holding that there is a judgment upon the head of those. Oh my goodness me. Now, I want to be able to make you understand something. The people who want to be under the law of Moses, which is under the stone, I'm telling you the honest truth of the scripture. There is a death penalty on top of their head if they fail to keep those particular commandments, which they say that they are going to be able to keep. Now, this is where the difference comes in between the keepers of the law of Moses, those who are saying that they are keeping or they are going to be keeping the law of Moses, versus the people who are keepers of the law of Yahuwshuwa. Now, this is where the thing gets interesting now. Yahuwshuwa has his own law, and we're going to be able to see it today according to the scripture. You understand it? So that you can be able to be in line and understand why people who are under Moses cannot understand the law of Yahuwshuwa. To them, it doesn't make sense. This is why you see so many people who are on this side trying to keep the law of Moses. They are so much filled with hatred, completely opposite of the law of Yahuwshuwa. I don't know if you are really getting where I'm going to, my brothers and sisters out there. So we want to be able to allow the scripture to be able to now dissect what Yahuwshuwa says and what the apostles say about the law of Yahuwshuwa, because it is through this law of Yahuwshuwa that you are going to get into the kingdom of Yah, into the kingdom of Yahuwshuwa, which has no end. I don't know if you're already getting what is happening. Let's go into the book of 1 John without wasting much time, my brothers and sisters, because we need to be able to really see these things right here in the book of 1 John chapter number 3. We're dealing and talking about the law of Yahuwshuwa. The law of Yahuwshuwa. 1 John chapter number 3 from verse number, we're going to read from verse number 23. Say, and this is his commandment. This is Yahuwshuwa's word. Yahuwshuwa has his own commandment. So now this is John talking about this. This is his commandment. So, and the commandment of Yahuwshuwa is the commandment of the Father, because Yahuwshuwa, the throne of everything was being given to him. So he, equally, Yahuwshuwa, is establishing his own word. He's establishing his own kingdom. You understand it? So in order for him to establish that his own kingdom, he has a commandment for the people who are going to come into his kingdom. So what is it? This is why John is saying that this is his commandment. Talking about now, when you talk about this, his commandment, talking about the commandment of Yahuwshuwa, which equally aligned with the commandment of the Father. Are you getting what is happening? Now, this is what the Bible says, and this is his commandment, that we should believe on the name of Yahuwshuwa. Believe in the name of Yahuwshuwa HaMashiach. This is John now speaking. Believe in the truth. Believe in Yah. Believe in the one that was being sent by the Father. And because when you believe the things that he said, that is a sign of love towards him. And thus, what does the Bible say? And love one one another as he gave us what? Commandments. So we're seeing it very clearly that we should love one another. These are the commandments. And now we want to be able to really see, because we're going to be able to really dig deeper to be able to see what are the commandments of Yahuwshuwa. Go with me into the book of Matthew. We're going to go into the book of Matthew, chapter number 22. Matthew, chapter number 22. We are going to read from verse number 34. Let's start from verse number 34. The Bible says right here, it says, but when the Pharisee had heard that he had put the Sadducees to silence, they were gathered together. Then one of them, which was a lawyer, asked him a question, tempting him, and saying, Master, which is the great commandment in the law? Now, did you see where these people are missing something? They say, which is the great commandment in the law? So they did not really understand who Yahuwshuwa was. They were trying to be able to point Yahuwshuwa to the law when he is the king of that law. So now he is now being the master that he is. Now going to be able to show them something that none of them have ever seen. And that is to be able to really point them to the ultimate purpose of why that law actually was already being given. So they are telling him, asking him, which is, listen to what they say. They say, which is the great commandment in the law? Now listen to what Yahuwshuwa himself now did, because he's the master of all. Listen to what the Bible says here. Yahuwshuwa said unto him, thou shalt love Yahuwah thy Elohim with all thy heart. This is explicitly also being written in the law there, isn't it? This is written in the law there. Right among those particular things were being written. Number one. And then he said, with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and the great commandment. Yahuwah thy Elohim, you are going to love with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy might, everything. Now, this is number one. Then number two, he said, and the second is like unto, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. So this is where the problem lies. This is where, because the Pharisees, the scribes, and they have all been claiming that they love Yahuwah Elohim. So therefore, since they love Yahuwah Elohim, therefore they are keeping the commandment. But Yahuwshuwa now is bringing the whole thing about the commandment of Yahuwah into these two. Which is the second one is where they themselves lack mouthpiece to speak, because even they themselves knows that it is for them impossible to do such things. And what is it that looks impossible to them? To love one another. So it is difficult. So these people, they wanted to be able to tell Yahuwshuwa. Now Yahuwshuwa, the master, now gave them a secret of knowledge, telling them, number one, you have to love Yahuwah thy Elohim, and then the second greatest commandment of all is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So, but how can you be under Moses, trying to be able to say that you are keeping Moses, say that you are keeping the second commandment, when everything about the thing that was being said is to be able to do what? To destroy the enemies, for example, to kick them out, to do this, and then if you... Now, this is where everything gets started. Because the spirit of this love your neighbor is not in the heart of the people who are under the Torah or who are under the stone. So they cannot keep this. Now, listen to what happened there. He said, on these two commandments hang all the law. Are you getting where I'm going to now? These two, love Yahuwah thy Elohim and love your neighbor as you love yourself. This is the two greatest commandments. There's nothing more. Literally, the purpose of why everything that you think is being given to you, thou shalt not do this, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not do all those kind of things, was being given to you, was to be able to lead you into the understanding or into the fulfillment of these two laws. So they overstood it, the children of Yah overstood this. And because the people who overstood it, because of this, the people who somebody else. The children of Israel, they were lost in the wilderness. So they are one. There's the reason why they were called wanderers. They are lost. So if you don't know who you are, how can you even have the spirit of love for yourself? Because you are in the wilderness. Everything about your life will be bitter to you yourself because you've lost the way. And you will be chasing after that way that you've lost. So therefore, you will be seeing everybody the same way that the children of Israel, or wheresoever the other nations were seeing the children of Israel, which is to say, literally, they will be having problems and grudges over anything. Because why? They are in a complete cycle, trying to be able to repeat things which they know nothing about how things works. So they are confused. This is why they are called the lost sheep. So nothing will be able to be making sense to them because they are what? These people are completely derailed. So this is why the Bible is saying that, well, first of all, you have to be able to know yourself, literally to be able to love Yahuwah and love yourself. But these people, they can't do this. Now, this is where the law of Moses now came into being. Because the people who are under Yahuwshuwa are newborn, are completely different world. And I'm going to be showing it to you. Now follow with me because we want to be able to see something right in the book of John chapter number 15. The book of John chapter number 15. John chapter number 15. We're going to read from verse number 12. John chapter number 15. He said, we're going to start reading from verse number 9. He said, as the Father had loved me, so have I loved you. Continue ye in my love. You see what happened? Continue ye in my love. If ye keep my commandment, ye shall abide in my love. Now, why does the Yahuwshuwa now? Why does Yahuwshuwa use if ye keep my commandments? That shows you a distinct difference between his commandment. What is his commandment? This is where you need to be able to understand something. His commandment. This is his commandment. Now, why is it his? It is because he is building his own kingdom. And his own kingdom is not the same with the kingdom that was being built that has already been destroyed or that has gone astray. So in order for him to build his kingdom, which was already been promised to him, which was already been prophesied that he's going to build, then he needed to be able to use his commandment in order to be able to get the people who are going to be co-builders with him in his kingdom. And so this is why he is speaking here. This is why he is saying here. This is why he's saying here. He said, if ye keep my commandment, ye shall abide in my love, and even as I have kept my Father's commandments. Even as I have kept my Father's commandments. So that means the ones that has already been written, he kept everything. Now he is giving his own commandment. Are you getting what is happening? So the people who are trying to be able to go under the stone, they are trying to be able to keep the law of Moses with their own power. Now, by entangling themselves, not knowing that there is a judgment of death if you try to be able to do what to go against anything that has already been written in that particular law. So Yahuwshuwa understanding the mystery, how to please the Father, is revealing the secret on how he overcame or how he kept the commandments of the Father, and that is through loving yourself, loving your Allah with all your heart and loving your neighbor. But this concept, this idea, this message does not resonate with the people who are under the law of stone. Because under the law of stone, if you break this, you are going to be stoned to death. There is death penalty to you. Now listen to what the Bible says here. It says, these things have I spoken unto you, that my joy might remain, and that your joy might be full. In verse number 12, he said, this is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Now this is Yahuwshuwa speaking, telling us about his commandment. Now his commandment is what? Is the prerequisite for people who want to get into his kingdom. So not for everybody who don't understand the mystery that is surrounding it. Yahuwshuwa has his own kingdom. I want to make it very clear. Yahuwshuwa has his own kingdom, which the prerequisite, the characteristics, the thing that you needed to do in order to get there is to keep these two commandments. So it is not meant for the people of, it is it's meant for everyone, but for the people who want to get into the kingdom of heaven, who will accept kingdom of Yahuwshuwa. The people who want to be under the law of Moses, these people got death sentences upon their head because none of them can keep those. Now, to be able to show you, my brothers and sisters, so that you can see and understand what we're talking about when it comes to the kingdom of Yahuwshuwa. Because Yahuwshuwa reigns over 3 different thrones. You don't know or understand what that means. That is it's very deep. Now I want to show you something. In order for you to understand how Yahuwshuwa is building his own kingdom, and through that building of his own kingdom is to be able to do what? To give people the commandments. Through these commandments, those people that accept and believe and follow that commandment are co-builders with him in his own kingdom. Now follow with me to the book of Matthew. We're going to read the book of Matthew chapter number 11. Follow with me to the book of Matthew chapter number 11. Or before we go to the book of Matthew chapter number, we're going to come back there. Let's go to the book of Luke. Luke chapter number 1. We're going to read from verse number 31. So this is a messenger that is speaking on behalf of a child that is going to be born. And he's given a prophecy. This messenger is given a prophecy. And this prophecy is going to be confirming about the child that is going to be born. And the purpose of that child, what the mission of that child is going to be, and how this child is going to be given the thrones that were in existence even before his manifestation. Are you following me, my brothers and sisters? Listen to what the Bible says here. Luke chapter number 1 from verse number 31. He said, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Yahuwshuwa. He shall be great. Who is the messenger talking about now? Yahuwshuwa is going to be great. Great. You know what great is? Great. It's going to be powerful. What is going to happen? How is he going to be great? The Bible says here, and shall be called the Son of the Highest. It's going to be great. It's going to be called the Son of the Highest. We're talking about Yahuwshuwa. Already the name has already been revealed. Listen to what the Bible says. And Yahuwah Elohim shall give unto him. Now understand something. It is Yahuwah Elohim that is going to give unto him, unto Yahuwshuwa, the throne of his father. Listen to what the Bible says. Of the throne of his father David. So there is a throne that is running. Understand it? There is a throne that is running. And in this throne, there is an authority there. That authority is called, for example, now the house of David. And there is an authority there. It is through that authority that the children of Israel were being controlled during the time of Jeroboam and Rehoboam, before the split of Jeroboam and Rehoboam. You understand what was going on? So now that throne of David is going to be given to Yahuwshuwa. You see number 1 revelation there. So we have number 1 throne, which uncompromisable. Nobody dares to try to be able to say that he's going to try to be able to claim that particular throne. It is not going to work because this specifically identified that throne to what? To Yahuwshuwa. Was being given to him. It is explicitly clear. Now we have the second throne now, which we're going to see in verse number 33. And he shall reign over. Now, oh my goodness me, somebody needs to be able to understand what I'm showing you here. The throne, we have Jacob, the house of Jacob. The house of Jacob is the most powerful throne. This is where it comes to when we talk about Rehoboam and Jeroboam. It was the house of Jacob that persuaded, that is to say, that persuaded the breaking of Israel, to splitting of Israel into two. It was the house of Jacob that was putting pressure under the house of David to the extent that the kingdom has to be torn into two between Jeroboam and Rehoboam. If you don't understand it, understand it now. So the Bible is saying here now that, and he, talking about Yahuwshuwa, shall reign over the house of Jacob. Where is he going to reign over the house of Jacob? Go back under the book of Deuteronomy. Or go all the way also to the book of Exodus. What does the Bible say in regards to what? To the throne that is going to be given. That Jacob is going to, that is literally when Jacob prays to, with the prayer of Jacob to Judah. He said that Judah, thou art he whom thy brethren shall do what shall praise. Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Which tribe did Yahuwshuwa come up from? Are you getting what is happening? You see, the sepulchre, the mantle of Jacob, which is with Judah, would never depart from this part. And who is the holder of that particular mantle? Who is the holder of that particular staff? The sepulchre shall not depart from Judah until Shaluwm comes, which is referring to Yahuwshuwa, until the coming of Yahuwshuwa. So Yahuwshuwa is going to be the one that is controlling the house of David, the house of Jacob forever, now transitioning those house of Jacob and house of Judah, which is coming through the house of Jacob, to his own kingdom that he is. Oh my goodness! Only those who have eyes and ears can understand what I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters out there. Listen to what he said here. When we talk about the house of, that is to say, the throne of his father David, the throne of David. Right? Now we talked about what? That he's going to reign over the house of Jacob forever. Because this is birthright. He came out from the tribe of Yehudim. And the people who came out from the tribe of Yehudim, they have a prophecy which has been following them, that they are going to be the one that holds, that makes the determination of, they are the king makers. They are the ones that make the kings. They are the ones that makes the kings. I tell you things. And we know, we reveal to you even right from the top how the children of Jacob through Yehudim now gave them, allowed the mantle to slip through Ephraim, and then which landed back into the hand of the people that Yahuwshuwa created. That you build the word with Yahuwshuwa, which we're going to talk about in more mystery to be able to reveal to our brothers what is really going on, even during the time that Ephraim and Joseph, the things that happen. So what I'm saying, my brothers and sisters, you need to be able to understand that we are talking about now, number one, the house of David, the throne of David, the house of Jacob. And now the third part of it is that, listen to what the Bible says. Say, and of his kingdom, this is where I want you to be able to understand. And of his kingdom, whose kingdom are we talking about here? If he's going to be in charge of the throne of David, he's going to be in charge of the house of Jacob, then which kingdom again are we talking about? His kingdom. Oh my goodness me. Now let me reveal things to you, brothers and sisters out there. Yahuwshuwa is not an ordinary being. We're talking about a power, eternal power that controls everything. Everything. The Bible makes it very clear and reveal the secret of Yahuwshuwa to us. The mysteries that is surrounding Yahuwshuwa. He is going to be controlling completely the most powerful thrones on the face, both physical and spiritual. Now the third throne is his own kingdom. Listen to what the Bible says about the kingdom of Yahuwshuwa, which he himself is building up. Listen, I want you to see something. He says, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. the power from coming from what? From David, from the house of David. He's going to take the power that is coming from the house of Jacob, which he already possesses. And now he is building up a world of peace, a kingdom. But do you really understand when even the Pontius Pilate, when they caught him, they said that he came and then he said that he's the king of the Jews. Did you understand the mystery of that? Did they know that he was building a world? He was building an unforeseen world. He has the power of the world that he is. He's building something that they cannot see, but they can feel it. The Jews can feel that this particular person is trying to be able to establish something that is beyond their comprehension. This was the reason why they handed him over. Don't you understand what was going on? And it was from the time they understood the mystery about Yahuwshuwa, they started chasing after the people who were going to be able to go into his own kingdom. You don't understand the mystery of that? He has a commandment which is the prerequisite for the people who needed to be able to get into his kingdom. But you see, a lot of people are being blindfolded, thinking that the law, that the things that has to do with the law of Moses, he's talking about the people who are in Yahuwshuwa. Are you out of your mind? Do you know that these are completely two different people? Do you know the reason why Yahuwshuwa says that you are of your father, the devil? Speaking to the people who say that they are keepers of the law. Because why? He told you people very clearly. He exposed the intent of the heart of these people. He told them that you people are all murderers. What is the characteristic of murderers? Hate. Don't you understand that? These people's hearts are all filled with hate to kill, to maim, to destroy. He said that Jesus said it to them, to their faces. You people are not ready to change. You people are not ready to accept this law. So this message already got to you people's heart. That is why you people are doing the work of your father. Can't you see that these are two separate people? When he said to them, you do the works of your father, because he was a murderer. The hate has eaten them up from within. So there is no space for love. So when he proclaimed his own commandment, these people cannot comprehend it. That alone have made them to shut the door to come into the kingdom, because they cannot express that love, because they are all full of hatred. This is why Yahuwshuwa says, you are of your father, the devil. You got hateful in your heart. You don't know. There is no space for love in your heart. What you want is kill, destroy. So how can you think that Yahuwshuwa's law, which is put into his church? Listen to what the Bible says. Let's go to the book of John. I want to show you something. As many as receive him, to them he gave power to become the sons of God. Even to them that believe on his name. Now, which one am I trying to tell you to be? You need to be able to understand this, my brothers and sisters out there. Go with me to the book of John. John chapter number 1. We're going to read briefly verse number 12. He said here. He said, but as many as receive him, who? Yahuwshuwa. And who is giving this testimony? Yahukanan. About who? Yahuwshuwa. He's telling to the people. He said that as many as receive him, to them he gave power to become the sons. To become the sons of Elohim. Even to them that believe on his name. He's giving them the power to become sons and daughters. So if you are a son and daughters, what do you see? You are now co-creator with Yahuwshuwa in his own kingdom. If you don't understand it now. He gave you that power the same way that he is the son of the Father. He is giving you the power to be sons in his own kingdom. Sons and daughters in his own kingdom. Because why? You believe in the name. You believe in the power that is. You believe in his own commandment. Therefore, you are builders. You are co-builders of him with the word that he is building, which will know no end. He will always be in control. You don't understand what is really going on, my brothers and sisters, right there, right? get what is happening. Let's go. I want to show you read something before we'll be able to round it up real quick. Go back into that particular place. That is in the book of Matthew chapter number 14. John chapter number 14. We're talking about Yahuwshuwa. You don't know why he's called the master of the master. Listen to what the Bible says here. 14, verse number 21. So here the Bible says, at that day you shall know that I am in my Father, and my Father, and ye in me. Literally, in that day you are going to know that I am in my Father, and you are in me, and I in you. Did you understand what I just did now? I'm showing you in Yahuwshuwa, where you are a co-creator with Yahuwshuwa in his own kingdom. Because that kingdom is what we are building up in the book of Revelation. If you don't understand it, you better open your eyes, because you are a spiritual being. I'm opening up your eyes to show you what Yahuwshuwa saw. The reason why he said that he is in the Father, and the Father is in him, and you are in Yahuwshuwa. And if you are in Yahuwshuwa and he is in the Father, so who is you? Who are you? Because you are in him, you are a child to the Father. Are you really understanding what is really going on, the way that the world is being run? Listen to what the Bible says there. I'm going to bring you back here again. At that day, when your eyes is being opened, at that particular moment, you realize this. At that time, you shall know that I am in my Father. Now that you are getting this idea and knowledge, wisdom being imparted on you, that the same way that Yahuwshuwa is in the Father is the same way that you are in Yahuwshuwa. And if Yahuwshuwa is playing a role in creating his word, because you are in Yahuwshuwa, therefore you are a co-creator with him in his own word. Listen to what they say, what Bible says. In verse number 21, he said, he that hath my commandments. Am I talking something different than what Yahuwshuwa said himself? Is this something different? Can't you see it very clearly? He said here, he that hath my commandment. So Yahuwshuwa has his own commandment. Listen to what the Bible says. He said, he that hath my commandment and keepeth them, it is that loveth me, and he that loveth me shall be loved of my Father, and I will love him, and I will manifest myself to him. Who is speaking here is Yahuwshuwa. I and the Father are one. I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. And when I speak the things that I speak, and the Spirit of the Father is in me, is being thrown into you. And what are you? You are a child of Yahuwah. You are a child of Yahuwshuwa. And therefore you possess the authority of those three kingdoms. I tell you things that nobody tells you. Have you ever wondered the reason why the scribes and the Pharisees were so much afraid of Yahuwshuwa? Some of you don't understand the magnitude of this. When he said to them that you have heard of them of old time, I said to you, thou shalt not do it. But what I say, override the things which have been written in